So welcome everyone. In today's class, we'll be discussing the topic leave encashment. Okay, how we will tax leave encashment. So before I start this chapter, uh, I want to tell you when you see a question, how to approach such questions. One of the students yesterday told me that when I see the question, I get confused what to do, right? I don't understand what to do in the question. There are lots of figures, lots of things. So, so how will you address when you see a question? See, when you see the question, when there are lots of dates, okay? When there are lots of dates, just prepare a timeline. Like this, you will prepare a timeline, okay? The timeline for the previous year. It starts on 1st of April, okay? Let us say 1st of April 2019. Then in the question, it might be given that the person retired on 15th of September. Like in the previous question, it was mentioned that the person retired on 15th of September, and our financial year ends on 31st of March. Okay. Then in the question again, they have said that the person commuted the pension on 1st January. Okay. 1st January 2020. Okay. आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, पहले आप लोगों को ऐसे टाइमलाइन एक बनाना है. Okay. Then in the question it has also been mentioned that the person received an increment at this stage. Say on 1st of July the person received the increment. Okay. तो अब मैंने एक टाइमलाइन बना दिया. अब टाइमलाइन में क्या क्या इवेंट हुआ मेरा, यहाँ पे ये पर्सन रिटायर किया, ठीक है. इसका बाद इसको क्या मिलने वाला है, पेंशन मिलने वाला है. You will get pension, but for this period you will get full pension, and in this date the person has commuted the pension. Okay, so for this period he will be receiving non-commuted pension, uncommuted pension. Okay, ना तक मुझे पता चल गया. फिर इस डेट में और एक चीज उसको मिला, क्या मिला, ग्रेच्युटी मिला. आपको ऐसा एक टाइमलाइन बना लेना है, फिर आपको पता चल जाएगा वो क्या क्या निकालना है. द प्रॉब्लम इज नॉट द फिगर्स एंड ऑल, आप लोग वो फिगर्स का साथ खेल लोगे, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज क्वेश्चन को कैसे देखना है, क्वेश्चन को कैसे एड्रेस करना है. दैट इज द बिगेस्ट टास्क. अगर क्वेश्चन को आप एड्रेस करना सीख जाओगे, देन यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस वेरी इजीली. सो और इस पीरियड को मुझे क्या मिलने वाला है, इस पीरियड को मुझे सैलरी मिलने वाला है. तो मुझे सैलरी मिलेगा. सैलरी का दो पार्ट है अगेन, बेसिक एंड डीए. बट इस डेट में कुछ और सैलरी होगा, इस डेट के बाद कुछ और सैलरी होगा. ठीक है. So like this we'll have to divide. So first of all we'll calculate salary for this period, okay, and salary for this period. ये whole period के लिए मैंने salary calculate कर लिया, ठीक है. Then for this period I will calculate pension from, ठीक है. क्या क्या कैलकुलेट करना है, पेंशन कैलकुलेट करना है, सैलरी कैलकुलेट करना है, ग्रेच्युटी कैलकुलेट करना है, एंड पेंशन का दो पार्ट होगा, एक कम्यूटेड एक नॉन कम्यूटेड. ये दोनों कैलकुलेट करना है. बस हो गया सोल्यूशन मेरा. क्या क्या निकालना है, मुझे सैलरी निकालना है, ग्रेच्युटी निकालना है, पेंशन निकालना है, बस. ओके. इन द रेसिडेंशियल स्टेटस ऑल्सो, when in the question it might be given that the person has left India, like ये मेरा 1st of April हो गया, and this is 31st of March. In the question it might be given that the person left India on 1st of say September, then he again came back on 1st of January. तो आपको इस पीरियड में उसका स्टे इन इंडिया माना जाएगा. ओके. एंड ड्यूरिंग दिस पीरियड स्टे इन इंडिया माना जाएगा. ओके. So when you prepare the timeline, you will be able to solve the question very easily. आप लोग को क्या करना है, पहला तो आप लोगों को टाइमलाइन एक बना लेना है. कोई भी क्वेश्चन में जहाँ पे बहुत सारा डेट्स दिया हुआ है ना, तो you just prepare a timeline so that you can know what are the things that needs to be done. Okay. Okay. Let us proceed. So we'll be starting a new topic today, which is leave salary or leave encashment. Have you heard the term leave encashment? What is leave encashment? See, when you are working, okay, there may be different types of leave. There may be casual leave, okay. There may be sick leave, okay. Then there may be there are what? There are privileged leave, okay. Privileged leave, or this is also called earned leave, okay. Privileged leave or earned leave. So you cannot encash these two leaves, but you can encash privileged leave. You can encash PL, privileged leave. मतलब आपका जितना भी आप आपका प्रिविलेज लीव का अकाउंट में बैलेंस है, क्योंकि हर साल आप लोगों को एक पर्टिकुलर नंबर ऑफ डेज का प्रिविलेज लीव दिया जाता है, ठीक है. If you are availing those leave, then you will not get anything. But if you are not availing those leave, and if you want to sell those leave, आप वो लीव बेचना चाहते हो कंपनी को, then you will get the equivalent amount of that leave. Normally same amount नहीं देता है, like 75% दिया जाता है, ठीक है. So you can encash the privilege leave, okay. Now क्या होता है, ये प्रिविलेज लीव जो है, ये दो लीव एनकैशमेंट जो है, one is during the service, during the period of employment, okay. आप जब नौकरी कर रहे हो तब आप एनकैश कर सकते हो. एंड अनदर वन इज at the time of retirement, okay. So when you are encashing the leave during the period of your employment, so that will be fully taxable. During the course of employment, अगर आपको आप लीव एनकैश कर रहे हो, that will be fully taxable. तो ये हम लोग का अभी देखने का नहीं है कि fully taxable है तो सिंपली जोड़ देना है, कुछ नहीं करना है, ठीक है. Now we are concerned with leave encashment at the time of retirement. Suppose you have accumulated certain number of leaves at the time of your retirement, and you want to sell those leaves, okay. So how to choose? Again, there may be government employees, okay. There may be government employees and there may be non-government employees. गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय के लिए क्या होगा? Tell me.
Full exemption.
Fully exempted. For government employees, it is fully exempted. Okay. Now for non-government employees, minimum of the following will be exempted. ग्रेच्युटी में क्या था? ग्रेच्युटी में जैसा था वैसा ही है. ग्रेच्युटी, actual amount received, okay. Then there was limit in gratuity. What was the limit in gratuity? It was 20 lakh, right? But here it is 3 lakh. Okay. Here it is 3 lakh. I think as per the amendment also it is 3 lakh. There is no amendment, I guess. Let me check. Yeah, it is 3 lakh only. Then number 3 is Number 3, till number 2 it is almost similar to gratuity, but only limit is 3 lakh. From in number 3, average salary of 10 months preceding the month in which he retired. Okay. Average salary of 10 months preceding the month in which the person retired. And there is one more point number 4. Let me write it here. Okay. So number 4 is cash equivalent to unavailed leave. Okay. Cash equivalent to unavailed leave calculated on the basis of 30 days leave for completed years of actual service rendered. इजी है, वेरी इजी, कुछ पैनिक करने का जरूरत नहीं। मैं इतना लंबा स्टेटमेंट करके जब फ्रैक्शंस आर इग्नोर्ड, फ्रैक्शन मतलब फ्रैक्शन ऑफ इयर्स आर इग्नोर्ड, फ्रैक्शन ऑफ इयर्स आर इग्नोर्ड। जैसे हम लोग वैसे में किया था ना, फ्रैक्शन जो नॉट कवर्ड में फ्रैक्शन इग्नोर करते हैं, सिमिलरली जब फ्रैक्शंस आर इग्नोर्ड। सबको इसमें थोड़ा देख के थोड़ा डर लग रहा होगा, क्या है क्या नहीं है। पहला 3 पॉइंट तो इजी है। एक्चुअल अमाउंट रिसीव्ड, statutory limit is 3 lakh, then average salary of 10 months preceding the month in which the person retires. Now number 4 point जो है इसमें थोड़ा दिक्कत आता है। यहाँ पे ये एवरेज सैलरी ऑफ 10 मंथ जो है ना, यहाँ पे प्रीसीडिंग द मंथ नहीं है, बट प्रीसीडिंग द डेट। प्रीसीडिंग द डेट, जैसे उसमें क्या था, प्रीसीडिंग द मंथ था ना, पिछला महीना से देखते हैं, बट यहाँ पे प्रीसीडिंग द डेट इन विच द पर्सन रिटायर्स। ओके, ये थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है। एवरेज सैलरी ऑफ 10 months preceding the date in which he retired. Now पॉइंट नंबर 4 कैसे कैलकुलेट करता वो मैं आपको बताता हूँ, ठीक है। तो पॉइंट नंबर 4 का कैलकुलेशन कुछ इस तरीके से लीव एक्चुअली अलाउड, ठीक है, लीव एक्चुअली अलाउड और 30 days whichever is lower Okay, this is my step 1 नंबर 4 का, ठीक है, 1 नंबर 4 का, okay, step 1. Then in the step 2 what I'll do, I'll calculate leave actually availed. Okay, then in point 3 what I'll do, I'll deduct 1 minus 2. This is my unavailed leave. This is what? Unavailed leave. Okay, this is my unavailed leave. So what I'll do, I'll multiply this, ये जो निकलेगा मेरे यहाँ पे, तो मैं क्या करूँगा, सैलरी एज पर जो ऊपर में 3 नंबर पॉइंट था ना, जो एवरेज सैलरी ऑफ 10 मंथ डिवाइडेड बाय 300. क्यों आया, वाई 300, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो निकला है दिस इज माई डेज. ओके, दिस इज माई डेज. ओके, एंड इन पॉइंट नंबर 3 व्हाट डिड आई कैलकुलेट, एवरेज सैलरी फॉर 10 मंथ. ये निकाला ना, एक महीना में मुझे कितना दिन का लीव अलाउड है, 30 डेज का लीव अलाउड है, तो 10 मंथ के लिए कितना दिन हो गया, 300 डेज हो गया. तो यहाँ पे जो सैलरी फॉर 10 मंथ है, पर डे सैलरी निकालने के लिए कितना से डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा, 300 से. दिस इज माय पर डे सैलरी. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट, दिस इज माय पर डे सैलरी. पर डे सैलरी कैसे निकालना है, एवरेज सैलरी जो आप 3 नंबर पॉइंट में कैलकुलेट करोगे फॉर 10 मंथ, जस्ट डिवाइडेड बाय 300. 300 कैसे मिला मुझे, 300 कैसे मिला, जो 10 मंथ है ना, 10 मंथ और 30 डेज करके, 30 डेज की लीव मुझे अलाउड है. ओके, लेट अस सॉल्व सम क्वेश्चन. और यू कैन, या फिर आपको ये अगर 300 से डिवाइड करना समझ नहीं आया, ये अगर समझ नहीं आया कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, इसको आप मंथ में कन्वर्ट कर लो. मंथ में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए भी आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, फिर से डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा. इसको अगर मंथ में कन्वर्ट करना है तो 1 माइनस 2 किया ना मैंने, जस्ट डिवाइडेड बाय 30. ठीक है, 30 इंटू जो एवरेज सैलरी आपने निकाला होगा. गेटिंग में यहाँ पे वही बोला गया, यहाँ पे जो the material has been given that 1 into completed years of service, okay, minus leave actually taken in terms of month. Okay, once we solve question, then we'll be able to understand better. So here meaning of salary was, what was the meaning of salary, मैं starting का class में लिखाया था ना, basic plus PA forming part of retirement benefit plus commission on turnover, right? Let us see the illustration here. And again in the gratuity also, if you have availed earlier the leave encashment, then your statutory limit will get reduced. इसमें 20 लाख से reduce हो जाता था, इसमें will be reduced from 3 lakh. Okay. Now let us solve this illustration. Okay. So Mr. Bhanu is working in Zebra Limited since 25 years 9 months. Fine. Will take 25 years. Company allows 2 months leave. Company allows 2 months leave. See, company is allowing 2 months leave for every completed years of service to its employees. Okay. Now during the job, he had availed 20 months leave. Okay. At the time of his retirement, he got 1,50,000 as leave encashment. He retired on 10th of August, and he got 1,50,000 as leave encashment. As on the date, his basic salary was 5,000 per month, DA was 2,000 per month, and commission was 5% on turnover plus 2,000 per month fixed. Okay, no issues. Then okay, then what turnover affected by the SSC during the 12 months is 5 lakhs, fine. Bhanu got an increment. Turnover affected by the SSC during the last 12 months is okay. Bhanu got an increment of 1,000 per month from 1st of January 2019, the basic of, okay, we'll prepare a timeline first. This is 1st of April 2019. Okay. Then the person retired on. Can someone tell me the date so that I can write it? The person retired on 10th of August. The person retired on 10th of August. Okay. This is my 30th June. Sorry, 30th March 2020. Date of leave encashment is. What was the date of leave encashment? The date of leave encashment is 10th of August.
At the time of retirement.
Okay. So he retired and leave encashment on the same date. Retired and leave encashment of how much? Rupees 1,50,000. Right? So his basic was 5,000 per month at the time of retirement, and he got the last increment on 1/1/2019. So before this, he received the increment, last increment on 1/1/2019. So before, on this date, what was the basic? On this date, what was the basic?
5,000 per month.
Before that. Now it is 5,000 per month, but before that,
4,500.
4,000. Before for this period, before that it was 4,000 per month. Prior to this, prior to 1/1/2000, it was 4,000 per month. But now for this period, it is how much? 5,000 per month. That's it. Okay. This is my timeline. And anything left? The timeline? Nothing. Can anyone check the meaning of salary for me? Okay. See, here two types of commissions are given. The meaning of salary is, again, please pay attention. The meaning of salary is basic plus DA plus commission on turnover. Basic plus DA plus commission on turnover. But this is commission on turnover. But is it commission on turnover? 2000 per month? No. This is not my commission on turnover. Yet 2000 is fixed per month. This is not based on turnover. Okay, this is fixed. So this will not be taken while calculating the average salary. ठीक है? ये मुझे भी अभी confusion आ गया था. Why didn't they have taken the commission, fixed commission? Because this commission is not on turnover. Okay. So the meaning of salary is basic plus DA plus commission on turnover. Okay. Fine. Let us see. Let us solve this question now. So here is my solution. Leave encashment received. Okay. How much? 1,50,000.
Sir, that right side is not visible. That's too far.
Less exempted. So there are 4 points. One is actual amount received is how much? 3 lakh. Then there is statutory limit. Statutory limit is how much? 3 lakh. Then in number 3, we'll have to calculate salary for 10 months. मैंने एवरेज सैलरी लिखा था क्या?
Yes, sir.
एवरेज सैलरी. Okay, ultimately it is the same. Salary for 10 months, you will ultimately again multiply. So average salary. Now what is the meaning of average salary? Average salary means salary for the month preceding the month of retirement. So we will calculate the average salary preceding the month of retirement. This is my working note. Average salary for 10 months preceding the date of retirement. No, preceding the month of retirement. क्या था? बिना salary में मैंने लिखा है.
The date.
Date of retirement. So when did he retire? He retired on 10th. यहाँ पे कैसे calculate किया? Average they have calculated fee for August. They have taken 10 days salary. Fine. Receiving the date of retirement here. Okay. In the gratuity it was month of retirement, but here it is date of retirement. So the person has retired on when? Returns on August. So we'll prepare this. August, then July, June, May, then April, March, February, January, Overall day, then December, November. Okay. Now there will be basic, there will be DA, there will be basic and there will be DA. Basic was how much prior to the date of okay, we'll go backwards. ठीक है 10 महीना बैकवर्ड जाना है तो 10 तारीख को वो रिटायर हुआ तो 10 तारीख को भी सैलरी लेना है 10 तारीख का भी सैलरी लेना है तो व्हाट वाज हिज बेसिक एट द टाइम ऑफ रिटायरमेंट 5000 राइट 5000 वाज हिज बेसिक एंड मतलब कितना नहीं 30 दिन पकड़ना है या 31 दिन पकड़ना है हम लोग एवरेज ऑन एन एवरेज 30 दिन ही पकड़ते फॉर सैलरी पर्पस लेट अस सी क्या किया हम लोगों ने 1613 30 दिन पकड़ा या 21 दिन पकड़ा है इसलिए टेल मी
30 days.
30 days. They have taken 30 days. So we see number of days in a month on an average is taken 30 days. Okay, irrespective of the month. Okay. Okay, normal costing classes will be resumed. So tomorrow onwards your costing classes are going to be resumed. So you are going to enjoy the class of. So they have calculated the salary for August. Tell me the figure. This how much?
One, uh,
1613. Okay, actual rate.
1666.
I think they have taken on actual rate.
Sir, 31 was taken.
31 is taken. Okay, fine then. And then actual number of days are taken. Okay. Yeah, actual number of days are taken. Okay, so 1613. Then here it will be 5000. Here it will be 5000. Okay, 5000. 5000. 5000. In January. Okay. And then in December, from when did you receive the increment? Yeah, we have the timeline, right? So he received the increment on 1st of January. So before that, his salary was 4000 only. Sorry. Before this, his salary was 4000 only. Okay. And in the month of November, from 11th to 31st, how many days are there? Yes, 30. Right. Should be 20 days. I don't know why they have calculated taken 21 days. I don't know why they
31 minus 11 plus
this
1.
is October, right? Okay. I missed 1 month or what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. इन लोगों ने कितना लिया? अच्छा अक्टूबर तक जाएगा ना सॉरी
सर अगस्त का हाफ और अक्टूबर का हाफ
Okay. So it will be full 4000 and here it will be how much? In 31st 21 days is there. So 21 by October का month कितना दिन अगर 31 होता है ना into 4000. Tell me the figure. Two 709. 3710. This right? Then we'll add basic to it, or DA to it. DA is how much? DA is how much? DA is 6, right? DA is 6, 2000 per month. Fine. Just we'll write 2000. There is no increment in DA. So for these 2 months, कितना दिन होगा DA? 21 days for 21 days.
Sir,
Actually 1355.
sir,
Yes.
sir, can you explain it how 21 days came?
Yeah, in the month of October. From
Yes, sir.
11th to 31st, count the number of days. Because our 10 months will be from where? From 11th of October to 10th of August. This is my 10 months period, right? So from 11th onwards, count the number of days till 31st.
Acha, sir.
Correct, right?
Sir, in DA also there is increment of 500
In
rupees.
which month?
In DA, in dearness allowance also there is increment.
Okay, from January onwards.
Sir, it's from
Okay, okay, on the side, yeah, January.
Yes,
onwards.
January.
Okay, so we'll add 500 to it. Tell me the last one.
Sir, from January it's 500 increment. Before it was, then we have to less it, so it will be 1500.
Oh, sorry.
Then from January it will be 2000.
So prior to this, it was 1500.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me the other figures. These two.
1016.
1016. This one.
645.
Then we'll total this. You just make the total, okay? I'll copy from here because the time is not enough. The total is 47,323 and 18,661.
Sir, and commission?
Yeah, we'll add commission also. Don't worry. 47,223 and this
18661.
18,661. 18,661. Then commission is also there. Commission on turnover. How much is the commission?
5%.
5% of turnover, what?
5 lakh.
5 lakhs. This is for 12 months, right? This commission is for the whole 12 months, and it is assumed that the commission is on the turnover is even throughout the year. मतलब हर महीना सेम सेम कमीशन आता है, ये एज्यूम कर लिया, क्योंकि इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू कैलकुलेट टर्नओवर फॉर एवरी ईयर. So it is assumed that the commission turnover is earned evenly throughout the year. So since we are calculating average salary of 10 months, so what we'll do, we'll multiply it by 10 and divide it by 12, because we have to calculate the commission for 10 months, right? If anyone is having doubt, just tell me. And why didn't we take the fixed commission? Because in the meaning of salary, we have learned that it is basic plus DA forming part of retirement benefit and commission on turnover. The other one is not commission on turnover, but it was fixed commission. So we will take the one which is on turnover. Okay. So tell me the total now. Comes to around 86,817. So total salary for 10 months. Total salary for 10 months is how much? 86, 87. Amount of commission. Just tell me the amount quickly. Tell me the figure so that and you will get your average.
20,833.
And your average salary is how much? 86, 83, right? This is your average salary. You have got your average salary. All this working, why? To get the average salary per month. Average salary कितना दिन का कैलकुलेट करना है? 10 महीना का. Now, coming back to this question, we have to calculate the average salary for 10 months. Now my average salary was 86,
86, 82.
83, okay, 86, 83 into 10. So it is 86, 830. Okay, fine enough. Now number 4. Number 4 is the most difficult part. Okay, so number 4 में क्या था? Unearned leave निकालना है मुझे. I have to calculate my unearned leave. Leave actually allowed. यहाँ पे लीव कितना अवेल किया वो मुझे निकालना है. देखिए ये बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग बात है. यू हैव टू थिंक इट वेरी केयरफुली. मुझे क्या निकालना है? अनअवेल्ड लीव. कितना दिन का हिसाब है? 30 दिन का हिसाब से. देखिए मैंने क्या क्या स्टेप्स बताया था आपको. स्टेप 1 में क्या था? स्टेप 1 में क्या बताया था मैंने? अनअर्न्ड लीव का वो कैसे निकालते वो बताया था ना.
Leave actually allowed or 30 days, whichever is less.
Okay. So for this we will have to see the leave allowed as well. So what is the leave allowed? Leave allowed कितना लेना है?
2 months.
Leave allowed is 2 months leave for every completed years of service. Okay. So 2 months means 60 days, right? Okay, they haven't even done the working also. कैलकुलेट किया। Okay, let us solve in our method. Okay. So they have, see, if number of days are given, we'll calculate as per the number of days. If months are given, then we'll calculate as per the number of months. Okay. So your leave allowed is 2 months. And what else do we see? 30 days, whichever is less, means allowed is how much? Only 1 month. 30 days is 1 month. Okay. So which one is less? 1 month is less, right? And in the step 2, what do? We calculate leave actually taken. One month into how many years? Is completed year of service of 25 years. Yeah, it is 25 years. So this is 60, and according to 1 month it is 25 months. अगर month में दिया हुआ है we'll calculate in months, अगर days में दिया we'll calculate in days. Okay. Now leave actually taken. यहाँ पे leave actually taken कितना दिया गया है?
20 months.
20 months. No, we had availed 20 months of leave. So I guess leave actually taken is 20 months. Okay. Now in the step 3, what do? We just deduct 25 out of 20 and what else? Multiplied by average salary that we have calculated. 82 or 83? 82. So tell me the amount. गलत किया क्या?
So 43410.
43410 देखिए ये पढ़ के कुछ समझ आ रहा है? ये जो मटेरियल में है ना, ये देखिए तो मुझे कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा। ये कुछ फॉर्मूला दे दिया है and they have calculated accordingly. I don't know how they have calculated. So I suggest you to follow this thing only. मुझे क्या करना है, पहले लीव अलाउड कितना दिन है? अगर मान लीजिए यहाँ पे मुझे नॉर्मली 1 मंथ करके अलाउड है, तो अगर मान लीजिए 1 मंथ नहीं है, सपोज 30 डेज करके अलाउड है मुझे, बट कंपनी ने दिया है 20 डेज करके, देन वी विल सी अकॉर्डिंगली ये 20 डेज करके होगा, ठीक है? देन इट विल बी 20 डेज, जो दोनों में से कम है, लीव अलाउड बाय कंपनी और जो स्टैट्यूटरी अलाउड है, स्टैट्यूटरी अलाउड. ओके, दिस इज लीव अलाउड बाय कंपनी, this is statutorily allowed. Okay, so whichever is less. Now leave actually taken is given in the question and it is 43410. Okay. So here we'll write 43410 and the list of the following will be exempted, so my 43410 will be exempted, right? And in part B of this question, they say that how shall your answer differ if the SSC had taken 2 months leave instead of 20 months leave? Nothing will change, only this part will change. बाकी सब सेम रहेगा. यहाँ पे बोला गया leave actually taken is not 20 months but 2 months. तो मेरा सिर्फ लास्ट का ये वाला पोर्शन स्टेप 3 चेंज हो जाएगा. 25 minus 2 86. Okay, so just tell me the amount. Only this thing will change. Okay, so I'm again briefly explaining what we have learned. Leave encashment. We'll solve some more questions in the upcoming classes. So leave encashment during service fully taxable. Then after retirement, for government employees, it is fully exempted. And for non-government, there are 4 steps: actual amount received. Okay. Number 2 is statutory limit of 3 lakh limit. Number 3 is 10 months average salary. Now here meaning of salary is, salary का मतलब क्या होता है? Basic plus DA forming part of retirement message. वहाँ पे टेबल में आपको मिल जाएगा, मैं नहीं लिखा हूँ. एंड नंबर 4 जो थोड़ा ट्रिकी है, इसमें मुझे क्या करना होता है? 30 डेज सैलरी निकालना होगा. ओके. 30 डेज सैलरी equivalent to unavailed leave calculated on the basis of 30 days leave allowed every year. और ये पोर्शन का कैलकुलेशन सबसे ट्रिकी हो जाता है. ठीक है. ये पोर्शन का कैलकुलेशन हम लोग 3 स्टेप में करते हैं. फर्स्ट स्टेप इज स्टेप नंबर 1, स्टेप नंबर 2 एंड स्टेप 3. फर्स्ट स्टेप में हम लोग क्या करते थे? लीव एक्चुअली allowed by whom? Allowed by company, allowed by employer, or 30 days, whichever is, or at the rate 30 days per year. Okay, whichever is lower. And in number 2, leave actually taken or availed. Okay. And in step 3, what do? We deduct step 1 minus step 2, and if it is in months, then we multiply it by, if it is in months, okay, we simply multiply it by how much? The average salary. And if it is in days, then we'll divide step 1 minus step 2 divided by 30 into average salary. Okay, if it is in days, then we'll divide it by 30. If it is in months, then we'll simply multiply by average salary. Now there is one variant of question. Here in this question, it has been clearly given the leave. In this question, it has been clearly given that leave taken कितना है? Clearly दिया गया है इस क्वेश्चन में कि उसने 20 months leave अवेल किया. But क्वेश्चन में ऐसा आ सकता है that leave remaining, अब लीव अवेल दिया हुआ नहीं है, लीव रिमेनिंग दिया हुआ है. सपोज 10 months लीव रिमेनिंग या 20 months दिया हुआ है. तब आपको आप लीव अवेल्ड कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? लीव अवेल्ड तब कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है? लीव एक्चुअली अलाउड बाय कंपनी. ये 20 months किसका हिसाब से? कंपनी का लीव का हिसाब से, नॉट 30 days का, 1 month का हिसाब से नहीं है. ये जो 20 months रिमेनिंग है ना, कंपनी का लीव का हिसाब से. तो कंपनी ने कितना अलाउ किया था? अलाउड कितना था? 2 months करके था ना, फॉर 25 years. मतलब 50 months का टोटल मेरा लीव था. आउट ऑफ दैट मेरा रिमेनिंग कितना रहा? रिमेनिंग मेरा कितना है? ओनली 20 months. तो लीव अवेल्ड कितना होगा? ऐसा लगता है वेरिएंट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आता है. तो लीव अवेल्ड मेरा कितना बचा रहेगा? 30 महीना. आपको लीव अवेल क्वेश्चन में it might be given in the question that instead of leave availed, they might give that leave remaining. Okay, the question might be given that the leave remaining, then you have to calculate the number of days that the person has availed the leave. कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है? जो टोटल नंबर ऑफ लीव अलाउड बाय द कंपनी माइनस लीव रिमेनिंग, आपका लीव एवरेज निकल जाएगा. ओके, so your next class, next faculty is waiting. Anyone having any doubt, please tell me, or we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, so fine, then I'll end the class here. And there will be no classes on direct taxation tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening, sir.
So next we discuss debtors method. Debtors method. Or debtor system. Debtors method or debtor system. Accounting entries. Accounting entries. Accounting entries in the books of head office. Accounting entries in the books of head office. This is the debtors method. Last class we discussed final account method, and this class we discussed debtors method. Accounting entry in the books of head office. The first entry for opening stock debtors, for opening stock, comma, debtors, comma, petty case, and other assets. And other assets. Branch account debit. Branch account debit to stock account. To stock account. To stock means branch stock account. To branch debtors account. To branch stock to debtors. To branch petty cash. To branch petty cash. To branch other asset account. To branch other asset account. Pass to opening stock. Debtors, petty cash or other asset. Or other asset. First entry branch account debit to stock, to debtors, to cash, and to other assets. This is a journal entry. First entry. This is the first entry. Number 2, for opening liabilities branch. For opening liabilities at branch. For opening liabilities, for opening liability branch, branch liability account debit. Branch liabilities account debit to branch account. To branch account. The second entry, first entry for the asset and the second entry for the liabilities. This is the second entry. Branch liabilities account debit to branch account. Branch liabilities account debit to branch account. This is the second entry for liabilities. Branch liabilities. Third entry. For goods sent to branch. For goods sent to branch. For goods sent to branch. Branch account debit. Branch account debit. To goods sent to branch account. To goods sent to branch account. Is the third entry for goods sent to branch. Branch account debit to goods sent to branch account. The third entry. The second entry. Third entry for goods sent to branch. Branch account debit to goods sent to branch account. For goods sent to branch. Branch account debit to goods sent to branch account. Third entry For fourth entry. Fourth, for goods returned by branch. For goods returned by branch. For goods returned by branch. Goods returned by branch. Goods sent to branch account debit. Goods sent to branch account debit to branch account. Opposite entry. Opposite entry. When goods sent to branch, then branch debit to goods sent to branch. And when goods returned by branch, the entry will be reversed. The entry will be reversed. Goods sent to branch to branch. Goods sent to branch to branch. This is the reverse entry. The reverse entry of number 3. Number 5. For cash remitted. For cash remitted to branch. Branch for expenses. For cash remitted to branch for expenses. Branch account debit to bank. Branch account debit to bank account. For cash remitted to branch for expenses. Cash remitted to branch for expenses. Branch account debit to bank. Branch account debit to bank. This is the fifth entry. For cash remitted to branch for expenses. Branch account debit to bank. Branch account debit to bank account. This is the fifth entry. Number 6. For cash remitted. For cash remitted. For cash remitted by branch. Branch. For cash remitted by branch. Out of cash sales. Out of cash sales. Out of cash sales. Out of cash sales and collection from debtors. And collection from debtors. What will be the entry? Bank account debit to branch account. Bank account debit to branch account. To branch account. Bank account debit to branch account. When cash remitted by branch out of cash sales and collection from debtors. Cash sale and the amount realized from credit sale. This cash sale plus amount realized from credit sale. So collection from debtors means what? means when you goods sell on credit, then the debtors will realize actually जब अब क्या होता है कैश में जब सेल करता है तो हम लोग पास कैश आ जाता है और जब क्रेडिट में सेल करता है तो हम लोग कैश नहीं आता है तो इस क्रेडिट सेल को हम लोग क्या करते हैं हम लोग एक क्रेडिट करने से डेटर बनता है फिर हम डेटर से क्या करते हैं कलेक्शन करते हैं पैसा का ये दोनों पैसा कैश सेल वाला पैसा और ये जो रियलाइज होकर जो पैसा मिलेगा ये दोनों को हेड ऑफिस को हम लोग भेज देंगे कैश रेमिटेड बाय ब्रांच आउट ऑफ कैश सेल्स एंड कलेक्शन फ्रॉम डेटर्स तो बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू ब्रांच is a 6 number point 6 number entry seven for closing stock for closing stock debtors petty cash and other assets the entry will be reversed opening entry and this entry will be reversed of the opening entry or opening balance. So branch stock account debit, branch stock account debit, branch debtors account debit, branch debtors account debit, branch debtors account debit, branch petty cash account debit, branch petty cash account debit, branch other asset account debit, branch other asset account debit, to branch account. For closing stock, debtors and petty cash and other assets, reverse entry. This is closing stock and the first entry for the opening stock, petty cash and debtors. The entry will be reversed. Branch stock account debit, branch debtors account debit, branch petty cash account debit, branch other asset account debit to branch. Next entry 8. For closing liability branch. For closing liabilities at branch. For closing liabilities branch account debit to branch liability. Branch account debit to branch liability account. Again, the entry will be reversed. Branch liability. Opening entry will be opening entry branch liability to branch and closing entry branch account debit to branch liability account. Nine. For closing for closing the goods sent to branch account. Goods sent to branch account debit. Goods sent to branch account debit. To trading of the purchase account. Trading of the purchase account. Trading of the purchase account. For closing the goods sent to branch account, when goods sent to branch account is closed, at the time of closing the goods sent to branch account, then the entry will be goods sent to branch account debit to trading oblique purchase account. When entry number 9, when goods sent to branch account are going to close, then the entry will be goods sent to branch account debit to trading oblique purchase account. Ten, for closing the branch account. For closing the branch account. For closing the branch account. For closing the branch account, number A, if profit branch account debit, if profit branch account debit to profit and loss account, number B, if loss, first one is profit and if loss, PL account debit to branch, profit and loss account to branch account, profit and loss account debit to branch account. If loss, if profit, branch account debit to profit and loss account. If loss, branch profit and loss account debit to branch. The entry will be reversed. Loss and profit. Then 11. When goods sent to branch, when goods sent to branch and above cost price, then the following adjustment entries will be passed. Following adjustment entry will be passed. Number A, for opening stock. Stock reserve to branch. Stock reserve account debit to branch account. Number B, for closing stock. For closing stock. Branch account debit to stock reserve. Branch account debit to closing stock. To stock reserve, sorry, to stock reserve. Then number C. For goods sent to branch. For goods sent to branch. For goods sent to branch. Goods sent to branch to stock. Goods sent to branch. Debit to branch account. To branch account. To branch account. When goods are sent branch at cost price, then more send branch at cost price, then the following entries. More than the cost price. Above, here right above. When goods sent to branch at above cost price. Above cost price. Then the following adjustment entries will be passed. For opening stock, stock reserve to branch. Closing, branch account debit to stock reserve. For goods sent to branch, goods sent branch to branch. This is also called loading. Loading, loading. If the cost price is 100, the cost price is 100 and goods are sent to branch, cost plus 20, then 120. So 20 will be stock reserve. मतलब हम लोग 100 रुपये सामान को 120 रुपये में ब्रांच से हेड ऑफिस ने ब्रांच को भेजा है 100 रुपये का सामान को कॉस्ट प्राइस पर जो सामान है वो यदि हेड ऑफिस ने ब्रांच को 120 में भेजा है मीन्स उसका 20 रुपया स्टॉक रिजर्व होगा मीन्स ये 20 रुपया अबव कॉस्ट है कॉस्ट से 20 रुपये ज्यादा है तो एक्चुअल जब हम लोग को प्रॉफिट निकालना होगा तो हम लोग को स्टॉक रिजर्व निकालना पड़ेगा प्रॉफिट का पोर्शन को हटाना पड़ेगा तभी हम लोग को एक्चुअल प्रॉफिट मिलेगा इसलिए इस एंट्री को किया जाता है स्टॉक रिजर्व Format of branch account. format of branch account. Branch account. Debit credit. Particular. To opening या to balance BD. To balance BD. You see the first entry. Opening entry. What is the entry? Branch account debit to branch stock to branch debtors to fixed expenses, fixed assets to petty cash. The first entry. Understand this is the first entry, opening entry. Branch account debit to branch stock, branch debtors, branch asset, any other asset or branch petty cash is the first entry. Next, to goods sent to branch account. To goods sent to branch account. To goods sent to branch account. To bank. To bank. Within bracket remittances. Remittances by HO. Remittances by HO. Then to balance CD means the liabilities. Creditors, outstanding expenses, this side by balance BD. By balance BD, creditors, outstanding expenses by bank remitted to HO. To goods sent to by goods sent to branch. branch. By balance CD. By balance CD. Stock debtors. Stock debtors. Stock in transit. Stock in transit. Petty cash. Stock in transit. Petty cash. Fixed assets. To net profit. By net loss. General PL account. General PL account, general PL account. Yeah, only net profit. You can write only net profit. Transfer to हो जाएगा. First opening entry, then goods sent to branch, then remittances by head office. The cash remitted to the head office to bank to this is the closing creditor or closing liability, creditor outstanding expenses and net profit. Then opening liability, creditors outstanding anything, then bank remittance to HO. Any cash remitted to the head office, the entry will be this, then goods sent to branch means goods returned, this goods return entry, then balance sheet entry, stock debtors, stock in any transit, कोई सामान आके पहुंचा नहीं है वहां से भेज दिया हेड ऑफिस से बट ब्रांच को रिसीव नहीं हुआ है वो भी क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इन ट्रांजिट में आ जाएगा. फिर पेटी कैश, फिर एनी एसेट बाय नेट लॉस. यह ब्रांच अकाउंट का फॉर्म है. ब्रांच अकाउंट का फॉर्मेट है. जो एंट्री इससे पहले लिखा था वो एंट्री को रिलेट करके देखो कि ये एंट्री हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है. स्टॉक रिजर्व वाला एंट्री इसमें इंक्लूड नहीं किया. तो लास्ट जो एंट्री था तो स्टॉक रिजर्व का जो एंट्री था वो एंट्री इसमें दिया गया नहीं है. जो लोडिंग वाला एंट्री है, जो कॉस्ट से भी कुछ ज्यादा अबव द कॉस्ट भी कुछ आता है सामान हेड ऑफिस से, हेड ऑफिस से कोई अमाउंट हेड ऑफिस ब्रांच को दिया है मोर देन कॉस्ट, तो वो एंट्री इसमें नहीं है. उसको स्टॉक रिजर्व एंट्री जो है वो एंट्री सिंपल है. स्टॉक का निकलेगा, ये स्टॉक का लोडिंग इस साइड में निकल जाएगा बाय स्टॉक रिजर्व. ठीक है, मैं इधर लिख के देता हूँ. to stock reserve. It is by stock reserve. ये हो गया क्लोजिंग का, ये हो गया इस टाइप का, ये ओपनिंग, ये हो गया क्लोजिंग. बुक्स एंड ब्रांच, बुक्स एंड ब्रांच बाय ये हो गया ये जब ये एंट्री भी लिखो साइड में। ये स्टॉक रिजर्व, वो स्टॉक रिजर्व ये क्लोजिंग का, क्लोजिंग का ये वाला, ये जो है क्लोजिंग का स्टॉक रिजर्व यहाँ निकलेगा। ये कौन सा साइड में है? ये क्रेडिट साइड में है। इस क्रेडिट साइड तो इसका स्टॉक रिजर्व का एंट्री डेबिट साइड में होगा, डेबिट। तो स्टॉक रिजर्व का एंट्री कहाँ होगा? डेबिट साइड में। और ये ओपनिंग स्टॉक का बाय स्टॉक रिजर्व, ओपनिंग स्टॉक कौन सा है? यहाँ डेबिट साइड में। तो हम लोग इसका स्टॉक रिजर्व एंट्री कहाँ लिखेंगे? क्रेडिट साइड में, स्टॉक रिजर्व। और ये हो गया इधर गुड्स सेंड किया, गुड्स सेंड टू ब्रांच, इधर का इसका इधर निकलेगा स्टॉक रिजर्व बाय गुड्स सेंड टू ब्रांच तरफ से। इसमें ब्रैकेट में लोग गुड्स सेंड, गुड्स सेंड। और इधर ये गुड्स सेंड टू ब्रांच दिखाऊं तो ये गुड्स रिटर्न, तो ये गुड्स रिटर्न किया है बाय गुड्स सेंड टू ब्रांच रिटर्न, ये एंट्री और ये एंट्री। ओनली स्टॉक रिजर्व जो होता है वो सिर्फ स्टॉक का ही, हम लोग स्टॉक को ही वो करेंगे क्योंकि प्रॉफिट का एलिमेंट स्टॉक में रहता है, बाकी किसी में नहीं रहता है। हम लोग स्टॉक को ही उसका ही रिजर्व निकालेंगे, तो इसमें सिर्फ स्टॉक का ही एंट्री आता है। जैसे कि ये स्टॉक हो गया, ये हो गया क्लोजिंग स्टॉक, ये हो गया हम लोग का ओपनिंग स्टॉक, और ये हो गया गुड्स सेंड टू ब्रांच, और ये हो गया गुड्स रिटर्न टू ब्रांच, गुड्स रिटर्न का ब्रांच। अंडरस्टैंड? एनी डाउट? Any doubt?
No, sir.
$25 above cost price. Means 25, 100 plus 25, 25 by 125 is 150. $25 above कॉस्ट प्राइस का मीन क्या होता है? यदि कॉस्ट प्राइस 100 है तो सेलिंग प्राइस कितना हो जाएगा? या इनवर्स प्राइस 125, तो 25 by 125 1/5, 25% above cost price 1/5. If cost price is 100, then 25% above means 25 plus 100, 125, 125. So 1/5, मतलब 1/5 क्या होगा? मतलब स्टॉक रिजर्व अगर लो 20,000 हो गया स्टॉक का वैल्यू, तो 1/5 4,000 ये हो गया स्टॉक रिजर्व। स्टॉक रिजर्व में क्या प्रॉफिट का एलिमेंट 6,000, तो कॉस्ट प्राइस कितना होगा? 20,000 minus 4,000, 16,000. Getting? Are you getting or not?
Yes, sir.
25% above cost. मीन्स क्या 100 रुपया उनसे 125 में हो जाएगा ना, कॉस्ट प्राइस 100 होगा तो उसका 125 हो जाएगा, इनवॉइस प्राइस या फिर सेलिंग प्राइस, तो 125 होगा, तो 25 तो 125 1/5 होगा। पकड़ लो 20,000 रुपए का सामान है, 20,000, उसमें उनको लिखा हुआ है कि ये 20,000 इंक्लूडिंग है, मतलब अबव कॉस्ट है, 25% अबव कॉस्ट, तो मैं निकालना पड़ेगा कितना है, कॉस्ट प्राइस कितना है, तो कॉस्ट प्राइस 60,000 होगा। ट्वेंटी परसेंट अबव कॉस्ट प्राइस कितना होगा, 20% अबव कॉस्ट प्राइस कितना होगा, टेल मी।
One six
120 by 120,
6.
20 by 120, 120 means 100 plus 20, because 20% above cost price, so 20 by 120, 16, 16, this is cost price, above cost price, understand? Then 33, 1/3 above cost price, above cost price कितना होगा,
1/4.
1/4, 1/4, अंडरस्टैंड? इसको आप लोग वो कैलकुलेशन कर सकते हो, 3313 को डिवाइडेड बाय 100 प्लस 3313, इसको 12% से 1/4 आ जाएगा, तो 100 आएगा, +3, इसको 12% से निकल जाएगा, ये 33.33 ऐसे निकल, इसमें 30% से निकल जाएगा, 1/4 निकल जाएगा, आप लोग कैलकुलेशन कर लेते, 1/4 निकलेगा कैलकुलेशन करने के बाद। डिब्रूगढ़ ट्रेडिंग फार्म, a Dibrugarh trading firm has a branch at Guwahati, to which goods are charged, out at cost plus 25%, cost plus 25%, branch keeps its own sales ledger. Own sales ledger and remit daily. And remits daily all cash receipts. All cash receipts to the head office. To the head office. All expenses are paid from. All expenses are paid. All expenses are paid from the head office. The transaction for the transaction for the branch. The transactions for the branch for the year 2004 are given below. Are given below. Stock on 1104 55,000. Stock on 114. Sundry debtors on 114 550. Petty cash on 114 450. Cash sales 13,050. Goods sent to branch 1 lakh. Goods sent to branch 1 lakh. Goods sent to branch 1 lakh. A Dibrugarh trading firm has its branch at Guwahati, which goods are charged out at cost plus 25%. Branch keeps its own sale ledger and remit daily all cash receipts. All cash receipts to the issuer. Who है? All expenses are paid from head office. The transactions for the branch for the year 2004 are given below. ये opening stock, opening debtors, opening petty cash, ये cash sale है और ये goods sent to branch. Next. Collection on ledger account. Collection on ledger account. Collection on ledger account 105,000. 105,000. Goods returned to HO. Goods returned to head office. Goods returned to HO 1500. 1500. Allowances to customer. Allowances to customers. Allowances to customers 1250. Return inward. Return inward. Return inward 2500. 2500. Check send to branch. Check send to branch for. Check send to branch for. Rent. $2500. Wages 1500. Salaries and other expenses. Salaries and other expenses. 4500. Return inward. Bad debt. Bad debt 500. Bad debt 500. अच्छा bad debt 1500, not 500, 1500. Bad debt 1500. Stock 2014 60,000. Stock. Sundry debtors. Sundry debtors on 31/12/2004 15,000. Petty cash. Petty cash on 31/12/204 500. Including miscellaneous income rupees 50. Rupees 50. Rupees 50. Not remitted within the year. Not remitted within the year. Not remitted within the year. Prepare branch account. Prepare branch account and branch trading and profit and loss account. Trading and profit and loss account for the year. For the year 2004 in the books of HO. The question will be solved in final account system or final account method or number 2 debtors method, both. We have discussed two methods, final account method and debtors method, and this question will be solved in both the methods. First you can solve in debtors method. Today I discussed this method, so today you solve this problem in this method and that in this method. So in the next class I will discuss this problem. You can try yourself. I am telling you the answer.
Sir, including
Hmm?
sir, including
Including miscellaneous income rupees 50. rupees 50 not remitted within the year. Not remitted within the year.
Okay, sir.
And prepare branch account and branch trading and profit and loss account for the year 2004 in the books of head office. Net profit is 49,415 both types of methods. You can try yourself, and I will discuss this problem in the next class. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And आज नेक्स्ट क्लास नहीं होगा, यही लास्ट क्लास था. The next class is cancelled today.
Sir, net profit কিমান আছিলে?
Net profit আসলে
স্যার কালেকশন অন লেজার কিমান আছিলে?
কোন সাইডে করেছিল? $49,450. How to do that? Goods sent to branch.
না কালেকশন অন লেজার খুঁজিছিল।
আচ্ছা, কালেকশন অন লেজার 1,05,000. 1,05,000.
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Goods return 1,500. আৰু কাবাৰ কিবা থাকি আছে? So today class over. तो नेक्स्ट क्लास आपका नहीं होगा, नेक्स्ट क्लास होगा आप लोगों को. थैंक यू.
Thank you, sir.